go on to, we briefly mentioned it a second ago, but barbecue fails.
Yeah.
Do you want to
So
share with the world, Will?
yeah, so I did one in a video, and I deliberately posted it, and we'll start off with that one. So before Christmas, I got sent. I was doing quite a lot of work with the AHDB, which is the UK sort of British
Meat
Beef
board,
Association. Yeah, basically. And there was a few of us that were doing it at Hampshire Barbecue, Mr. Russell Davies, Four Seasons, and we were doing that. So they sent us this massive beef four-rib that was 5 ribs, and it was like 6 kilos worth. Huge, great thing. So I cut off 2 steaks that I wanted to cook with, and left 3, like a 3-4 rib. And I've always wanted to do a rotisserie beef four-rib. Always wanted it with my own rub that I made that's got cinnamon in it, and it really makes the meat pop. And I remember I put it on there, and I had my Meteor probe on there as well. And I'm not a fan of Meteor anymore, and I'll come on to that in a minute. But the Meteor was telling me that it was at temperature. So I pulled it off, let it rest for a minute, and we were going for medium rare. So it said that it was, I think it was 55, and I like to rest up to sort of 56, 57. So there on camera for a YouTube video, sliced into it, red raw. And I was like, I was absolutely raging because it was pre-lockdown. So we had the mother-in-law around and her boyfriend, and we had a few beers and stuff, and we were thinking, oh, I really fancy this massive bit of meat, nice, lovely. I say sliced into it, and it was just an absolute fail. And in the end, I ended up slicing them into individual steaks. And I said it on the video, you know, not all barbecuing is perfect. And, you know, slapped them on the grill, and we ended up just having these dirty sear steaks. It only needed another 5 minutes, I would have said. But yeah, that was a pretty big fail. That was probably my most recent fail. The other one was when I first started, and my missus actually said about this one. She said barbecue. We said about barbecue fails, and she said, "Oh, tell them about the salmon." So I had a whole side of salmon, and I was experimenting with some flavors, and I was doing a vodka infused salmon. So thought, right, I'm going to marinate it. This is when I didn't have a clue what I was really doing. I just got my Traeger, the Bronson, the first one that I had back in Feb last year. So anyway, marinated this salmon, and I thought, I wonder how much sea salt to use. So anyway, I used 1 kilo of salt on this thing.
It's a lot of salt.
Yeah, I realise that now. So chucked 1 kilo in this bag, and we marinated it. Anyway, smoked it, got it on the plate, took one mouthful of it, and we were like, this is really salty. And we just presumed it was the salmon. And anyway, we were drinking water for the next day because there was so much salt on the salmon. It was absolutely horrendous. But yeah, those are probably my 2 biggest fails. Obviously, you know, you get fails. I remember I had some Wagyu mince as well. Really nice Wagyu mince from Devon Wagyu, and I was doing some burgers, and went to smash down the burger, had a mare with the smasher, and it all stuck to it, and then it all like came apart, and then it fell into the fire.
Oh god,
a complete write-off. And I was like, Jesus, this stuff's like 20, I think it was like 20 quid for 200 grams or something. Like, it was ridiculous. And yeah, it was
literally burning money there.
Yeah, literally burning money. Yeah, but I think you become more experienced. That, you know, the more you do it, you understand how to stop things from happening, I think.
Most definitely.
That is a big part of it. It is knowing how to stop the fails. So you've talked about what I describe as temperature bleed onto thermometers that give you a false reading, and you can do everything that you want, but it always seems to happen when you have people around. You can cook and cook and cook at home just for yourselves, and everything will be perfect. The second someone walks in, something goes wrong. So this was pre the first lockdown. And I was using a gas barbecue at the time, but we had the in-laws coming over, and I was like, oh, I've got a meat thermometer. I've not had one of these before. Look at me. Look how cool I am. I said, I will do you the best chicken kebabs and chicken breasts you'll ever have in your life, because I'll make sure they are cooked to perfection, and they'll be moist and they'll be juicy as anything. So watch this. So cooking, using thermometers, right, let's hit temperature. double check with my phone what the best temperature is. That's hit. Rest it. And I was like, right, what I'll do is rather than just serving you kind of the kebabs on the stick, I'll cut them down. I'll cut them down in front of you. Cut down as it falls open. You've just got pink running right the way through the middle. I was like, oh God, of all the people. And I always hear about it now. I always, like the brother-in-law the other day, we were talking about Easter coming up and finally being able to see people outside. I said, look, I'll do your barbecue. We've not seen each other for ages. I'll do your barbecue. It'd be great. So that's fine as long as you don't give me chicken kebabs. I was like, oh, drop it. Please drop it.